Hey there, Kangaroos, and welcome back to Roo's Dungeon Diary.
And I'm here too!
Yeah, Boomer, we know. As the beautiful backdrop and the title of this video are already telling you, I want to talk about the Wailing Caverns today. What are they about, and what do we get to do there? Well, let's find out together. The Wailing Caverns are a system of, well, caves, located in the Northern Barrens. Unlike the Barrens itself, this place is filled with flora and fauna. This is due to a mysterious energy contained in the cavern's water. This water can not only be found in the Northern Barrens oasis, but also in geysers in the Wailing Caverns. The sound of those geysers led to the caverns being called the Wailing Caverns. That makes sense, doesn't it? Oh, and doesn't that big skull-shaped entrance look inviting?
I love it!
Great. So let's move on. The Wailing Caverns are interesting, since they are one of the dungeons which haven't been affected by the content change in Cataclysm. That means we will save some time on the backstory. So here is what happened. The Night Elf Naralax and his disciples traveled to the Wailing Caverns to study the wildlife and natural energies there to revitalize the Barrens. But for the sake of conflict and this video, things went wrong. Naralax entered the Emerald Dream, looking to find a way to further his plan, and got trapped there. Whatever trapped him in the dream is now seeping into the cavern, transforming the docile wildlife there into vicious beasts. Plus, almost all of Naralax's remaining disciples went cuckoo and transformed into the really evil druids of the Fang. They are planning to take over the world and bring the Age of Snakes. Yeah, I didn't make that up. Once again, it is up to a group of brave adventurers to take care of this. So what do we get to do here? In the caverns, we run into a handful of Naralax's disciples, not affected by the Emerald Nightmare. That's good. They want us to kill the vicious beasts in the cavern and collect some flowers.
Flowers?
Yeah, flowers. Why not? This Tauren here, Muyo, also asks us to defeat the Druids of the Fang to reach Naralax and wake him from his dream. You guessed it, those are the bosses of the dungeon. So let's take a look at them. Let's start out with saying hello to Lady Anacondra, formerly known as Scarlet Leaf. She was the first to volunteer on Naralax's mission, and that's pretty much it. I just hate that woman, since all she seems to be doing is putting me to sleep. Next up is Naralax's childhood friend, the warrior Aaron. No, not that Aaron, sadly. He took on the name Lord Pythus and is not really that hard to bring down. Just like his friend Yarlaxla. Lord Cobran. There isn't much to say about him either, besides his ability to transform into a snake. Just like all the other evil druids in the caverns. Coming up next is Lord Serpentis. I couldn't find out if he called himself that, or if that is his real name. If so, poor guy. He was set up to be evil. Lord Serpentis is the leader of the Druids of the Fang, and well, that's it. Nothing else to say about him. But those weren't all the bosses in the Wailing Caverns. There also is Crash, a giant turtle who has been unaffected by the Emerald Nightmare. Instead of capturing the guy and try to figure out why he's immune to the nightmare, we just kill him. Next up is Scum, a thunder lizard that ended up in the Wailing Caverns looking for an escape from the harsh living conditions in the Barrens. He quickly got corrupted by the evil forces in the caverns and became one of Lord Pythus' favorite pets. Does that stop us from butchering him?
Nope!
And last but not least, there is Verdun the Everliving. Nothing much is known about this jolly green giant, just that he was the original guardian of the cavern up to the point where it got corrupted by the Emerald Nightmare. He now sided with the Druids of the Fang and is our last roadblock on our way to free Naralax. With all those bosses defeated, it's finally safe for Muyo to begin the ritual to wake up Naralax. We have to defend the two from a group of enemies before we face the real final boss of the dungeon. While trying to free Naralax from the Emerald Nightmare, the Nightmare actually fights back by manifesting Naralax's deepest, darkest nightmare. A giant albino Murloc. What is it with Blizzard and their fixation on Murlocs? Nevertheless, he is easily disposed of, Naralax finally wakes up from his dream, and we finish the Wailing Caverns. Now, that was another fun episode, don't you think?
I had way too less screen time!
As I said, it was a fun episode. So what's up next?
Numerican!
Ooh, the Gnome Capital. That's going to be interesting. Until then,
bye bye!